scheduled advertisement. Unfortunately, Mike Jennings has been taken ill, so he's unable to join us today. However, we're very lucky that David Beesley stepped into the breach, who's going to be talking in his place. Now, Oxford Business Mentors, if you don't know much about them, the name is pretty much, what they do is pretty much on the tin. So they provide mentors to businesses in Oxfordshire. It's a free and confidential support service for people running a business. The mentors all run their own businesses, so many of them have got really great experience to share with their clients. It's a really great service, and it's funded entirely by the goodwill of the mentors. So our first speaker, Dave.
Thank you, David. Thank you. Well, good morning, all you passionate people. You're passionate because you're here. You're passionate because you're in business, or you want to be in business. Is there anybody here, apart from Tony Baldry, that isn't in business? Well, Karen, council people, accepted. I just really want to give you the history where I come from, really. About 30 years ago, I thought it might be a good idea to start a business, like most people do. And I started it in the bedroom at home. That was okay. We were up and running in my first year. 30 years ago, I actually netted £70,000. Then it all went wrong, because I took my first employee on, and I've never made that money since, because it's been continued development in bringing the business forward and taking it further. During the journey, does anybody here remember T-Back? You do? We've got one or two people that remember T-Back. T-Back was the original vehicle before OBM came along. And I went along to every meeting. And it was all about what we're doing today, which is mentoring. It's about people that are in business that want to help other people that are in business and giving up their time to do so. It's a bit like social responsibility, really. Social responsibility to a lot of people is giving money to do this or to do that. But really and truly, social responsibility is even more important if you give time to people. So hence, T-Back grew. It went through a bit of a hiccup stage. You've already heard Mike Jennings' name mentioned, who should be doing this talk today. He and I got together one day and we said, look, you know, we really need to develop this and take it forward. And lo and behold, Mike, with the backing of his company, Jennings, we took over the debts that were in the T-Back organisation. I have to tell you that the organisation today, Oxford Business Mentors, is absolutely phenomenal. And it's a totally free service to anybody. So what do we do? I think that the best way to explain it is that in our lives, we all need something to talk to. Whether it's family, whether it's friends, and when you're in business, you need something to talk to too. Because you come up with this great idea, yeah, I'm going to go into business, and you get started. And I have to say on that point, we have OBE here today, Oxford Business Enterprise, and they also have a stand, and they specialise in start-up businesses. So please go and have a word with them. They've also got a very good website, and again, it's a totally free service. So what happens, say a year goes by, and the business is building, then the chances are you'll then come through to Oxford Business Mentors. So, on the journey, you've come up with a brilliant idea, and before you know where you are, it's taken off, and you're now looking for staff. Well, as I mentioned to you earlier, my big mistake, in lots of ways, was taking on my first member of staff, because I didn't really know the rules and the regulations, and I've got to tell you, today, there are even far more rules and regulations than there was in those days. And I have to say, I'm not sorry I took on the staff, because we built a very nice big business. And so, going back to what I was saying about the fact that we all need somebody to talk to in our daily lives if there's a crisis or whatever. So what the mentoring is all about is impartial, I would like to say friendship really, and it's about talking to somebody that you can talk to in absolute confidence. When you come up with an issue in business, who do you talk to? You could go and talk to professional people, you can go and talk to solicitors, you can go and talk to bank managers or accountants, but they're going to know about your feelings and what it is that you want to do, and the chances are they're going to charge you for that. So what we do as Oxford Business Mentors, you come along and we listen to you, and you tell us your issues, or you're asking us for help on the way forward. And we listen and we help and we guide you. So the big side of that is that you've got a conversation which is contained between you and the business mentor. The business mentors that we have in OBM are all people that have got their own businesses, driven their own businesses, and they want to give something back. So you are getting the top people for absolutely no money. So let's just suppose that you've got a partner in your business and you've got issues with the partner in your business. Can you talk to your bank manager about it? No, I don't think so, because that might start causing a can of worms. Do you talk to the solicitor about it? No, I don't think so, because that could cause a can of worms. Do you talk to your accountant about it? No, it's going to cause a can of worms. But what you can do is come and talk to a business mentor, and the business mentor will listen to what you have to say, and he may or she may give you alternatives to the solution, which are solutions which you haven't necessarily considered on the journey where you are, because your head is full of cotton wool, and you want to get the next order in, and you go away invariably with a different solution, and you can tackle it and deal with it. There's also issues in business with relationships with your partner, whether it's your wife or your husband. So, that's where it's all coming from. So, if you want to build a business, the business mentoring system is really a good key to your business. I don't think that I would have been successful as I've been over the years had I not been involved in the early days with TBAC, and now you can see that I'm passionate to help all you people that are listening to me out there. I think that the key is making the decision, if you're not in business, to have a go, and it may well be before you even do that you go along to the Oxford Business Enterprise people and say, look, I've come up with an idea. Have you got any thoughts and ideas whether I'm looking in the right direction? So that's fundamentally key. That really, in a nutshell, is what Oxford Business Mentors is all about. I'm actually on the Oxford Office Furniture stand over here, and I'm also on the Business Mentor stand, which is right behind me. So if you want to come and have a talk to me, then please do that. So not a problem. In actual fact, many people will recognise me from Beeline Business Supplies, which we started 30 years ago. And unfortunately, I got struck with prostate cancer. And the journey is on YouTube, which is Dave's journey, you can look at that. So I made some life changes. One of the life changes I made was to limit damage for my family. So I decided it was the right time to sell Beeline, sell my shares in Beeline. My son is still the managing director of Beeline Business Supplies. But hey ho, 3 months ago I got the all clear. So watch this space. I feel good, I feel confident, I've got lots of friends and colleagues, and I've got the buzz for business people. And the vision came, I'm not going to die anymore. I'm going to go back into business, my passion, which is office furniture. 3 weeks ago. And We have office furniture over here. I've got to tell you, within 3 weeks, I haven't got to sell the house, but I can still pay the mortgage. It's been absolutely magnificent. And I think that, you know, it's the will to get out of bed in the mornings and just get on with it. Tony, I know this is my slot, but I know you're passionate about business mentors. Would you like to say a few words on that?
I mean, I think my experience, as I suspect many people here, is that most people who set up a small business, new business, are really good at one thing. You know, they may be really good at their core activity. So for example, my son is a brilliant illustrator, graphic designer, artist. He's not necessarily an accountant. He's not necessarily particularly good, you know, maybe at marketing himself. And many small businesses fail, not because they're not good at the core activity, because they're missing other skills. And sometimes they don't even know what are the other skills they're missing, which is where it's good to, you know, talk to a mentor. And Dave, actually, I mean, I joined my first company when I was 23. I was director by the time I was 25. We were in competition with Michael Heseltine and Haymarket. And being in business is great fun. But every day there are a whole number of challenges, some of which you'll have the core skills to deal with, but some of which you need professional advice and help on. I think my second point, you might say, well, he would say this because he is a lawyer, so he is a professional. But I sometimes think that people make false economies in not getting good legal advice and financial advice, accountancy advice early on. I'm sure the lawyers amongst us here today will say the number of times that people have come in and they fail just simply because they haven't had the right contracts, they haven't just entered into life agreements, they haven't worked out who they're dealing with, and so on and so forth. And actually, building up a decent relationship with a lawyer, with a solicitor to help you, and a firm of accountants to help you, I think is really, really important. So, and I think the other point which comes out of this is there are, particularly in a community like North Oxfordshire, loads of people around who want to help you. Because actually, we all have a collective interest in people succeeding. I mean, you look at one of the most successful businesses in Banbury today, Norbar Talk. Norbar Talk started in a small workshop where the Indina Veritas wine bar is now. You know, it's now in its third generation, trading globally, winning awards. But that was once upon a time a small business. Mondelez, Kenco, I mean, that was a successor in many ways to Bird's Custard. Dr. Bird was a man who decided he wanted to do something with his wife who couldn't take milk products and so on and so forth, and so he started getting this and built up. Practically every large business has been a small business which has gone something. So there's never going to be a shortage of people who will give you, you know, benign help and advice, because actually, if your business succeeds, it helps the collective community, I'd say, and just always be willing to talk to each other.
Thank you very much for that, Tony. I think that the important thing is to remember is that we're also really extremely lucky to be in Oxfordshire. Oxfordshire is really a booming area to live in, and I'm sure Tony would agree with that. And business is good. And if somebody turns around to you and says, oh, you know, I'm struggling, my business is not good, just say to them, you know, perhaps you should get up an hour early in the morning or something, you know, and go out and do a bit of networking, because networking is a big key factor to making friendships and making things work. So I hope you've enjoyed what I've had to say today. I am enthusiastic, I am passionate, and I want everybody today to be passionate about what they're doing, what they're selling, and what pathway they're going down. And before I finish, I'd just like to say that it's a pleasure that I've been able to talk to you today. It's a real shame about Mark Jennings. He was going to have an operation today. He's actually got pleurisy, pneumonia, and an infected lung cavity. So I'm sure those of you know will send out their thoughts to him. So that's me, Dave Beesley, and it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Well, thank you to Dave, and also to Tony, unexpectedly. Thank you.